Hello, my name is Craig Harmon of Harmony Music, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Today I'm dealing with professional musicians and how we keep that freshness and creativity and love of music while working in music. We're surrounded by music all the time, and it's definitely a struggle to keep that joy that we have when we're always surrounded by music and how we can approach that. These steps that I'm going to suggest are things that have helped me, some different ideas. They may not help you, they may help you, it may not be the best for your situation, but definitely hope that this kind of gives you some ideas. The first one is to have some interests, hobbies, whatever you want to call it, outside of your quote unquote job. Obviously, that means just taking a little bit of a break from music, giving yourself that mental headspace to step back. Whether that's opportunities to go on quiet walks in the woods or wherever you can go without music. Whether that's mine is watching sports or spending time with my daughters. So there's plenty of opportunities that we have, but it's of course making that time, which is not always easy because it's our life can be demanding as musicians. The next one, having musical outlets outside of your job. Again, time is a challenge here, but if you're a choir director, definitely having that option or opportunity to sing in a choir, whether that's a community choir, a church choir, whatever the case is, definitely gives you a different perspective in being in the choir. Because many of us who direct choirs, it's probably been a couple of years since we've been in a choir, and definitely gives us that freshness and creativity. If you're an instrumentalist or you're a keyboard player, definitely if you can be in a band or a larger group, can be a great opportunity. I know I haven't followed this as well as I could or should, partially because of time and making that a priority. So, but it's one of those in a perfect world things that is definitely a helpful thing. The next thing, listening to music for fun, finding those creative ways to listen to music without analyzing it. This is a struggle for me as I listen to music very analytically. As a vocalist, I'm listening for diction and enunciation and vowel formation and all those things that we teach our vocalists to work on. And so we really have to turn our brains off. We really have to just say, okay, I am going to listen to this and not analyze it. Or, another way that I've found to do this is challenging yourself, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone musically. Now, I have a really wide and eclectic style of music to listen to, but I'm not really one of those country bluegrass music fans, and so I've definitely pushed myself to listen to that and appreciate that a little bit more, and that's definitely helped. Of just not that I'm gonna go out and play bluegrass music or sing bluegrass music, but it definitely gives me a different perspective on music in listening to that, and it's definitely been a fun thing for me to do. The next thing is challenging yourself to learn a new instrument or a style. Um, I've challenged myself to return to picking my trumpet back up. I started playing in fifth grade and had to set it down in college because I was doing a few other things musically. And so that's been one thing, as well as trying for the past few years to pick up the guitar. I'm sort of passable, just again, how much time you put into it. But challenging yourself to do that, of going back to that, oh, that's what that's like to put in that practice, or that's what it's like to try something different. Or as a vocalist, to challenge yourself to learn a different style. Growing up in the church, obviously church choirs are one specific style, and vocal jazz doesn't usually fall into that. Being in high school, I had the opportunity to sing in a vocal jazz choir for 2 years. And that was a great opportunity to really stretch me outside of my comfort zone. And while I'm not the best scat singer or improviser there is, it's definitely helped me to have that freshness and that creativity and that other tool in my belt, if you want to call it that, to be a better musician in that regard. Finally, the last point is kind of the hardest one, since it's taking a break, or a sabbatical, if you will. Most of us, if we're professional musicians, that's our job. We're putting food on our table for by doing music. And taking a break from that obviously basically means you don't eat. Or something along those lines. But if you can take a break for a little bit, even a couple of days, just setting things aside, that's a huge help just to kind of give you that opportunity to step away. I've had opportunities as a church organist from time to time. I'm given Sundays off, and usually leading up to that, that week before, I'll just take that week off from practicing, just to set it aside, just to step away for a little bit. And I've found that when I return again to practicing, yes, I'm a little rusty, but I have that renewed passion. I have that renewed enthusiasm, that renewed desire. So obviously, teachers, as much time over the summer that you can take off, and just give yourself that little bit of a break, that's helpful, just to kind of step back and renew yourself. So there's lots of things that we can do, and so these are just a few of my suggestions. I have a Facebook page. It is Harmony Music, Harmanny Music. I'd love to have you like that page. I'm also on Twitter. My handle is @Harmony Music, same thing, Harmanny Music. And also you can email me, Craig, Craig, @harmonymusic.com. And I'd love to continue this conversation. I know these are, like I said, 5 ideas that I've had, but I would love to hear yours, and I'd love to continue the conversation. Again, I thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to hearing your feedback and your input.